Hi, everybody. This is Jason.
This is Pete.
And this is the Lost Legions podcast. And what are we doing today?
We're here to talk about your heavy assault units. This is me trying to do a Terminator voice without trying to put my hands over.
Yeah. You reminded me when I was a kid, there was a game called Heavy Barrel. And then when you upgraded to get the Heavy Barrel, it would go, Heavy Barrel! Sorry. Blast from the past.
Great side note. Yeah. Well, we're anyway, Heavy Barrel. That's on our Heavy Barrel podcast.
Heavy Assault!
Go check out the Lost Legions Heavy Barrel channel. Heavy Barrel? Like a large woman called Beryl? Or Barrel?
No, like barrel, like a gun.
Like a woman, barrel. Okay, no, okay. Anyway, right, we're here to talk about heavy assault slots and what to consider and just some general thoughts, tic-tacs, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, we'll jump into it. Where are we? There we go. So, heavy assaults. So, all your Terminators, essentially, and a few other little things as well. So, this is your shock assault units. So, you get 2 of these in an auxiliary detachment. We've looked at the Crusade detachment at length now. We've broken that all down, and now these are the options that your commanders obviously get. So, go check out our other video on the Crusade Tactica.
And just a note, a couple of these, I like how I had to use my other arm. A couple of these will show up in other detachments, right? Like there are some other detachments that these will show up in, but like all of this chat will basically be for any shock assault unit.
Yeah, so you're gonna have heavy assault units will appear in Legion specific stuff and whatnot, and like the champion one, I think, a few others maybe. But the this detachment is called a shock assault detachment. So just to make it nice and clear, there are names for detachment with different units, differently named units. So the first one we will review is the Cataphractii Terminator Squad. So this is a 150 point unit. You can add 5 additional models for 30 points, dude. These are your big, heavy, hard-hitting Terminators. For those that aren't sure, they are the slow, thunderous charging, like, don't make great ground, but they destroy everything in their path units. Let's start with the stat line. So they got movement 6, so they're an inch slower than most of your units in the game. Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 5. We're going to see that across the majority of the Terminator units. 2 wounds.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge improvement, right? Like
compared to the old game. Yeah.
And I've noticed that when playing against Terminators, like it is noticeably different. It's really fun that they're so much tougher.
They just don't drop to small arms, which is perfect.
Yeah.
2 wounds, initiative 4, 2 attacks on the Terminator, 3 on the Sergeant, unlike a lot of the other units. So a lot of the troop units, the Sergeant just gets the same amount of attacks as the regular dudes, but in this case, the Sergeant gets +1. Leadership 8, cool 8, willpower 7.
I'm just sorry. I think this is another thing we should bring up, because the cool is also usually higher than like attack squad. So they are kind of like veterans. Well, maybe not vets, but like they are a step above just the normal troopers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Willpower 7, initiative 7, save 2+, and an invulnerable save of 4+. So just talking about that cool, I think the heavy rule means you get to test at -1 to your cool check roll or something like that. You improve your cool check
+1 to your cool.
Yeah, so you'll actually be testing at cool 9 effectively.
Yeah, which is really good.
So it's a big difference then compared to a tactical marine. Bulky 2 just means how fat they are in transports, essentially. Implacable advance. That's you can volley fire with non-heavy weapons, right?
Yes, at no BS minus, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Which is cool. So that opens up a load of other guns because they all come with Volkite charges. We'll come on to that in a moment.
Oh wait, no, it's not no BS minus. You can volley fire with guns that are not
heavier ordnance.
Assault are all of the. We're getting used to the changes. But yes, assault weapons are the volley fire weapons. But you can volley fire, so you are still snap shooting, but unless you're Sons of Horus, with like storm bolter or combi bolters, things like that. Anything that's not heavy.
Or ordnance, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That opens up like flamers and all sorts of things. That opens up a number of different gun options. slow and purposeful, I think that means you can't pursue at the end of a combat. Am I right in saying that, Jay?
You can't run.
You can't run as well. Okay, thank you. Or rush, as we now call it, please.
Oh, yeah,
current edition of the game. God damn you. So we're going to go through this one in a bit more detail, and then we'll go through the other ones in a moment as more of a breeze through.
So I think it's important to kind of note that these guys are definitely your hard-hitting, tougher Terminators, right? Like, and they really feel like it. They're definitely slow. I've seen them on the table. Like, the fact that your combi bolters are getting 4 shots a turn, they're firing 4 shots, then they're volley firing 4 shots when they charge you. They do feel slower because of their movement and the fact that they're heavy. The other thing heavy does is I believe they don't get to add their initiative to the chart. So what means is they're going 1 when they do. They're doing 1 for their setup move. And so they do feel slower.
They're also -1 for focus rolls in challenges if you have the heavy subtype.
Okay.
So there's a few things. Go check out that. We'll do all the unit types in a video at some point. That would be good to break that all down. But
yeah, I think that'd be a really good one
because it can. It's the sort of thing that you don't check out until you're in the game sometimes because it's like a minor detail to how you're building your guys. But anyway, so yeah, you're right about the combi bolters. It means they can rattle them all off as they come in. But they come with Volkite charges as standard for some reason on this one, Jay. And as we look at the Tartaros Terminators,
oh, that's interesting.
They're mirrored, but it says you can trade them all out for 0 points for combi bolters, and the Tartaros says you can trade all your combi bolters out for Volkites at 0 points. So it's a bit silly.
I think they're both good though because combi bolters shoot 4 times now. That's just a lot of fire. 10 dudes is 40 shots.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of shooting. It's really good.
Whereas a Volkite charger is only 20 shots, but for 10 dudes. But the +1 strength on the Volkite charger, and you got the deflagrate rule. I think I'd rather just have 40 shots though, to be honest. Anyway, so they come with Volkite chargers and power weapons as standard. You can, as we say, mix and match for Volkite chargers to combi bolters or Legion combi weapons. Now, I was thinking about these a little bit. I just want to pause on the combi weapons part. I think like having some combi weapons might actually be a good idea here. So, especially if you're about to assault. So you can have maybe 1 or 2 combi flamers, 1 or 2 combi gravs. And because of the way, obviously, now statuses work, you're putting potentially 2 status checks on your opponent before you then charge them on in, making your opponent initiative 1, right? If they fail that status check. So I think the combi weapon list, don't ignore it. You might want to look at a couple there for game purposes, not necessarily fluff purposes. If you want all 10 combi bolters because of whatever you like the look of it, go with that. But I think there are some weapons in the combi weapon list which will serve better than others for sure, with just how the game now plays.
The combi plasma are terrible.
Yeah, I almost think anything that doesn't have a status on it, maybe.
Combi Volkite and combi grenade launcher is fine because they can fire every turn. They don't have the limited special rule, but like
can you fire
all of
both?
the limited.
Can you fire the bolter and the Volkite?
I don't know off the top of my head, actually. Yes, you used to be able to, but now I don't know because
again, in the comments, guys, if you can.
We just haven't really delved into it yet. Again, like there's so many layers, like because every rule has changed. Like I will say this, I take nothing for granted in this now.
Yeah, combi melters, I think might be worth it because you could pop open the Spartan and charge the occupants inside. Right there are ways to build the unit. What do you think? What do you think about the combi weapons? Generally speaking, for a Terminator squad? I'm
not super excited about them right now. I used to really like combi plasma. I mean, I think the combi melta always has its place because, again, of anti-tank.
Yeah.
Combi grav, maybe to put status effects on people. But, like, again, what you're going to do is you're going to fire off these combi weapons and kill those Terminators first. So it's not necessarily a horrible thing. And I believe I can't see, my head is beyond thing. How many points is the combi weapon? It's just a straight.
It doesn't say that. They're all 10 points, I believe, other than one of them's 5. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're all about 5 to 10 points, yeah.
So I mean, maybe like, I would need to to mess around with it more. But I mean, again, like I think I would lean towards Melta being sort of what you want. Maybe a combi flamer just so you could put panic on somebody if you need it. Like, so a couple of them for statuses, kind of like Pete alluded to, or for some anti-tank. But I would not like before in like 1.0 or whatever, you could have like an entire squad with combi plasma. It's not that kind of thing. Like I would not have an entire squad with them. I would have like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Power weapons can be traded out for Legion Terminator melee weapons, depending on their price and stuff, of course.
Which like Thunderhammer's Power Fist.
Yeah, Chain Fists, all that sort of stuff, right?
I'm just looking at it in the back of the book right now. I think Chain Fists are interesting, though, because haven't they gotten less attacks? But they have like Armor Bane now and Shred.
Yeah.
They feel much more different. I haven't used one yet, but I just looked at them and I thought that they looked really interesting. Kind of poking around. When I finally get one, I will. Yeah, it's -1 attack, +4 strength, AP 2, 3 damage, Armor Bane, Shred 6.
So it's an extra damage, Armor Bane, and Shred will do an additional wound. It's a wound roll. Yeah.
If you roll a 6.
It's pretty cool. It could tear open some vehicles, but there's probably better ways to deal with vehicles. You want to be shooting them open first and then charging the things inside, I think. But
I mean, again, I would if you had a Chain Fist on one guy, I would not say that was a terrible idea. No, it's also going to do a ton of damage against a Dreadnought too, right? So
yeah,
it's that 3 damage, what I think is really, really good. Because I believe Power Fists are only 2 damage.
Do they get one less attack? Is that what they get?
They get 1 less attack, though, which is the thing. But you can pop it on that Sergeant, and then everybody gets 2 attacks. So, or again, like, if he's useless, kill him first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I like the change around for weapons. Yeah, the trader like Thunderhammers are less damage than Power Fists, but I think Power Fists are 3 damage. I'm still
Power Fists are 2 damage, but
they're
Thunderhammers
more
is 1 less strength. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. The more strength,
and goes an initiative point higher. But yeah, so there's lots of options there. I think probably the best option, which Jason will agree with, I'm sure, is that you can trade both of these things out for pairs of Lightning Claws for 10 points. Just have your big Terminator Scissorhammer men.
I don't know if they're so good on these guys.
No,
but like,
you want them on a mobile unit. So you're quite right. Personally, and the Sergeant can have a grenade harness. 1 in 5 Terminators may change their Volkite Charger for a heavy flamer.
Which is actually really good. I actually think that's really good.
That's probably better than a combi flamer. Like for 5 points, you'd argue if you were looking to take a combi flamer, then you might as well just take a heavy flamer and always have the flame option rather than the limited rule.
Yep.
Reaper autocannon, I don't think it's worth it. And a plasma blaster for the same reasons we sort of said earlier. Plasma blaster is better, to be fair, than a combi plas, but
I actually really like the autocannons now.
Oh, do you?
I actually think they're better. Yeah, I think autocannons in general, I think, are really, really good. Massed autocannons are terrifying.
Yeah, but like I don't in a minute. But yeah,
I don't think it's so bad to have autocannon because you're gonna shoot at a rhino or something. I mean, again, like there's a problem where your shots are one is like light anti-tank and the others are just bolters. So I think that's the problem with it, right?
Yeah.
What
do you want this squad to do is the question. For 150 points, you get 5 dudes with power weapons. They will absolutely destroy a tactical squadron objective with the Vanguard free. That's quite a neat, cheap point scoring unit. But it's getting
my opinion. You want 5 of them to come out of minimum 5 of them to come out of a Land Raider with least Power Fists, flame some guys on an objective, and then run in and punch the truck out of them. That's. I mean, these are heavy Terminators, right? They're going to need a vehicle. They're going to need heavier weapons than just this, than just power weapons, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it depends what they're hitting, right? Power mauls are pretty cool. Power mauls, you get to be wounding basic tacticals on 2s and ignoring their armor. It's pretty decent. But yeah, I think you're right. It depends how many points you want to keep them to, right? I think that's it. But yeah, I think they're cool. Not a lot more else to add to them. We've kind of discussed the Terminator profile as a whole, so now we'll just talk about the differences with the next types. So moving on, we've got the Tartaros Terminator Squad. Now, everyone's fan favorite, because obviously they can't take Power Fists anymore. So this is a bit of an odd entry, really. But
they can now.
You sure?
Yeah, 127% sure that they can take Power Fists now. It's in the FAQ. They've FAQ'd it in. They can take
not in the legacies.
It's not literally
FAQ'd it. Thank you.
No, it's actually FAQ for the book.
So
it came out.
They can take. This needs to be added here somewhere then. So the book one they can take. Cool.
So they now have access to the Legion. They have access to the Legion Terminator weapon now, so they can all take Power Fist. So they've completely changed it around. It's because it was literally on the FAQ.
Like it wasn't FAQ as well.
It was on the day one FAQ. So like that's why, like, because it's literally not in the book. This is, I think, what caused all the consternation. And the strange thing is I'm guessing we have the PDF Terminator squads in here too, right?
Yeah.
So what I think happened was originally the Tartaros Terminator squads were supposed to be the ones with Power Fists were supposed to be the Siege Terminators, which we'll get onto later.
Yeah.
But I think they panicked and FAQ'd the Terminator weapons back in to the Tartaros.
I'm just
Terminator
reading it here
squad.
on the FAQ. So Tartaros Terminator options, replace the second bullet point in the left-hand column with the following. Any model in this unit may have its power weapon exchanged for one item from the Legion Terminator melee weapons list.
Yep.
So that's good. So
all their weapons are back.
Yeah, exactly. So this whole power weapon entry point, where are we? Here, this power weapons, this part here, essentially is just, it just should be, they can just trade it for a Terminator weapon. Good. All right. So yeah, they get +1 movement over the Cataphractii, so they're moving at the regular speed of the rest of your army, but they lose 1 point of invulnerable save, so the invulnerable gets 1 worse to 5+ rather than 4+. And they lose the heavy type, so they're going to lose the perks of heavy with the boost to your core, but obviously gain the maneuverability of losing heavy, if that makes sense.
But you can run, right?
Yeah, and they lose slow and purposeful as well.
I'm glad that these guys have their Power Fist back. However, I really think that, like, if I was going to put a squad with like twin lightning claws together that were Terminators, these would be the ones, right? They're going to run in, they're going to kill a bunch of mooks. I think that they're not terrible at also fighting elite units. At least maybe, like I had said before, if you're jammy like me and you just roll 6s, you're going to get those through. They're going to do a lot of wounds and they're going to be scary and they're going to be fairly inexpensive for what they are. That's, I think, one of the very useful way to use these guys, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Other than that, they're pretty much the same in terms of the weapon options that we just mentioned and discussed through. Yeah. Similar things will apply here, other than the differences that Jay just mentioned. So moving on, we've got the Saturnine Terminator Squad. So these guys changed quite a bit compared to the other 2 Terminator options. So they're movement 5. So these guys are slow as buggery. They have lost a point of initiative. They go up to toughness 6. They go up +1 wound to wounds 3. They retain the 4+ invulnerable save, and the heavy and the slow and purposeful. So they retain a lot of the Cataphractii bits, but they're on steroids for toughness instead. They gain the explode special rule, which is hilarious because they're basically mini dreadnoughts. They come with a plasma bombard, a standard, a Saturnine disruption fist, and you've got these to hand in the book, haven't you, Jay? Because these are new weapons for us. So the
disruptive fist is 3 damage. I remember that. The plasma bombard I will switch to in a second.
Plasma bombard is a barrage plasma gun. So it's pretty handy that they can just fry things out of line of sight and stuff.
It's cool. It has 2 firing modes. They're 36 inches. It's a 5-inch blast, which is actually pretty cool.
Is this the heavy plasma bombard or the little plasma?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Regular. Sorry, 24 inches. Sorry, re-rack. So 24 inches. Firepower 1. Range strength 6 and 7 for sustained and maximal.
Yep.
AP 4. Damage 1. So blast 3. Barrage 1. Breaching 6 up for the sustained fire. 5 up for maximal fire. The thing is, and I really don't like this, it's overload 2 for maximal fire.
Ooh.
Like, I am just so against overload 2. And I hate disintegrator weapons. The other thing is the disintegrator weapon, right?
Yeah.
Which again have overload 2, and I just don't love it. What do you think?
I don't mind it on the plasma because you've got a 2-up save and a 4-up invuln and 3 wounds, and your toughness 6. But on the disintegrator, that's AP2. It's more worrying.
Is it a twin heavy disintegrator? Is that what it is? That they have?
Where is it? Yeah, twin heavy disintegrator. So is it 2 shots?
2 shots. Range strength 7. AP 2, damage 2, overload 2, and it's just like
you can drop yourself with those, 2. And you can take 2 of them on each guy, right? So let's go through the options. So you come with a plasma bombard, you come with the disruption fist, you come with the Oculix targeting Auspex. I checked that out when I wrote this yesterday. I cannot remember from enough what it does. And the thermal diffraction field, which is where it lowers the incoming strength of plasma, las, melter, and Volkite, I think. It's 4 weapon types, it lowers it down. The Oculix targeting Auspex.
We're like flipping through the book right here.
Yeah, I'll let Jay come to that in a second. So these come as a 3-man squad. You can take 3 more. That's 60 points a model. They're 200 points for the 3, so they're quite expensive. You can trade out the Disruption Fist for an additional Plasma Bombard, so you can go double Plasma Bombard, and that does look like the worst model option physically to look at. So don't do that. Or you can trade the Disruption Fist out for a twin heavy disintegrator, and then you can trade your Plasma Bombard out for another heavy twin disintegrator. So essentially you can go double twin disintegrator, double Plasma Bombard, or Saturnine Fist and one of the 2 ranged weapons.
What do you? So what do you think of these guys overall?
I think they're pretty good. You can. The barrage plasma is really useful in the game with now how terrain works. Yeah, but I don't know if you really want your Terminator unit to be filling that field role. It doesn't feel right to me.
I kind of agree with you.
The heavy disintegrators feels better, but it is risky as hell because you're going to fry yourself on overloads. So the Oculus targeting Auspex means if you stand still, you can fire 2 weapons. You get firing protocols too. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So if you're going to want to be using that rule for sure if you've got your twin disintegrators, right? Otherwise, you just why bother paying for 2? I just don't like that it's overload 2. It makes me really upset. Like, because I think you roll to wound again, but it's still AP2 against you, right? So it just seems like you're gonna 2 as well, isn't it? Yeah, you just start wiping yourself out. Like it's just you will. It's brutal, man. Yeah, it is a nice gun, though, to be fair. It will pump out a ton of damage against your opponents. But I don't know. It's I'm not a fan. So I have 2 minds of it. I actually really like the Saturnine Terminators. I think they're really cool. I think the Plasma Bombard looks stupid, but is okay rules-wise. Yeah, agreed, and I think that the Disintegrator looks great. I like the way the Power Fist looks, but I think the Disintegrator is terrible. Overload 2 is just so a no-no for me. I mean, this is me. You guys might math it differently, but it's just, to me, I find it really feels bad. Like, if it was Overload 1, I'd be like, okay. But obviously, they're strong enough where they felt that they needed Overloads 2. It is
interesting. Like, it's kind of a conundrum for me. I don't love these guys because of their weapon options, but I do really like their stats.
Yeah, and the way the overload works against their BS, it's literally if you miss your target, you hit yourself, right? So it's just kind of a weird, feels bad, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Because you're hitting on 3 ups, right?
Yeah.
So any miss is basically on you. I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah, I think you take a disintegrator and a fist. You can upgrade the fist to have a particle shredder, which is a cool little panic flamer type thing, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think you just try and dump them in the middle of the field, out of a Spartan or something, and use the disintegrator if you have to, if you think it's wise to, and treat them as a close combat unit because they're so tough with their 3 wounds and toughness 6.
Yeah.
You know, what does this disruption fist read the profile again?
Oh, I'll have to find it.
It's damage 3, right?
It's damage 3 is what I remembered for sure. All of this is based on the fact that I've been going through the Salamander's weapons and comparing them to everything. So I'm like, oh, this is like this. I'll be right with you. But yeah, overall, I think that, like, you know, I think they're decent. I'm just not. I'm not in love with their weapons, and that is.
I truthfully am not a fan of the models. Is my thing that stops me from getting involved, but.
I've come around on the weapons. Okay, Saturnine Disruption Fist is initiative -2, attacks, a strength modifier +2. So what are they going to be? 8 strength or something?
Strength 6.
Strength 6, and then AP2 3 damage. No special rules. So they're decent. They're plus they're strength 3 power fists that are not as slow. I think.
Damage 3 power fist. Yeah, so they're strength 6, going at initiative 1.
No, going at initiative 2.
They're -2, but they're in initiative 3 basic.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's why they're initiative 2. That's why they're -2. I didn't realize that. No, good call.
Yeah, they're all right. The damage 3 is pretty decent. It's always AP2. Would you prefer a regular power fist? You're getting more strength from a regular power fist, oddly.
I don't know.
1 point less of damage.
They're fine. Like, I think they're still strength 6. They're fine. I think the problem is more that I just don't like their side weapons. Like I said, I kind of like the plasma bombard. Like, if I was going to rules wise it, I'd have them all 3 with power fists and then all 3 with plasma bombards, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that effectively is the best way to do it. I think we're probably going to see them as double gun turrets in the middle of the board because
I think so
slow.
Too. Yeah, I think so too.
Otherwise, you're going to have to chase people around, and they have 5 movement. They can't run, or they can't rush, and they have a 1-inch setup move. So pretty much anybody's going to be able to avoid them if they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on from these guys. But yeah, I think they are an interesting choice. They are a nice choice to have in amongst all Terminator options because they are truly quite unique. Moving on. I think this one's, we're going to see a lot of this. The Tartaros Terminator Siege Squad. So these guys can have chain fists, as can the regular Tartaros Terminators now, because they can just have Terminator melee weapons. Okay, so ignore half of the funky options here. So these guys...
Well, no, but I think specifically these guys
can only
have these options.
Yeah, so they have power weapons or chain fists by the looks of things. The Sergeant can switch out for a Terminator melee weapon of his choice.
So he can have a power fist.
He can have a power fist. Same as the regular Tartaros Terminator stat line, same rules, same points, same everything else. The thing that makes these guys super interesting, I think, is the fact that you can trade out every single combi bolter for a heavy flamer, a Reaper autocannon, or a plasma blaster. So
this is where I feel that
Reaper autocannons could be interesting,
or even 5 Reaper autocannons, right? Like with a 2-up, 5-up, right? Like, and what we've seen, like with Pete shelling me, like when I was playing the heavy support squad wasn't so resilient, but now these guys are going to be cheap. 5 of them are going to be cheaper than a heavy support squad, and like than a 10-man heavy support squad, and they're going to be way more resilient. Like, I think they might actually be pretty fun with autocannons. Plus, if you've been playing this game a while, you might have a million autocannons sticking around that you have something to do with now.
It's 225 points for a squad of 5 with 5 autocannons.
That's not terrible.
With Vanguard
like
3,
10 shots.
You just keep marching up the board and like turn 3 for just assault them on an objective and murder whatever else you've been shooting at the whole time game.
And just like banging rhinos to death and like putting status effects on things. Like I think these guys have some play as a heavy weapon squad. I am glad that they're here. Yeah,
I'm really excited about them. It's the one I want to build, but I just want to see this new Tartaros kit that's coming out. Because if we're pretty sure we're getting a Cataphractii kit, we definitely get a Tartaros kit, right?
Rumor. God, at least you sound so confident, but it's a rumor right now.
Yeah, it's coming. Moving on, we've got the Indomitus Terminator squad. So I think again these guys look pretty cool. You've been building some of these guys, right?
Yeah. I've been building them. I've been painting. I've been actually using them as test beds for my salamanders paint scheme. So, they've all just been stripped because I didn't like the green.
Yeah.
But I think it's the 150 points, man. They come with Power Fist at 150 points. So 5 of them is like totally worth it.
These are the mass-produced Terminator suits during the Heresy, right? To like quickly get more Terminator units out the door. So it's like a less higher quality version of Cataphractii and less maneuverable and technologically advanced than the Tartaros, but it is a quick bung them out there.
I'm just saying game-wise, though, I feel like they have around the same stats. They suffer for both of the minuses from the other 2 things, so they're not stepping on anyone's shoulder. Like, they're slow and purposeful, and they only have a 5-up invulnerable save, but they're way cheaper. Plus, they can take Ghetto, Thunderhammer, and Shields, which is kind of fun to give them a 4-up invulnerable, or they can take a assault cannon, a Ghetto assault cannon, which is also really fun. I think overall, this is a super, super fun choice. You know, you could bang them in a Land Raider, and there you go for like less than 500 points ish. You have a squad of 5 with a Land Raider, and you're barreling that down to your opponent, or you can, I don't know, I'm trying to think of another way to deal with them. I think the problem is because they're slow, they need some way to be delivered. So I think you need.
They're not slow and purposeful, but they just are movement 6. So slow and moving, but they don't have slow and purposeful.
They're heavy though, I think, aren't they? Is that what it is?
No. Unless I've copied this wrong. Let me. I will triple check as I'm speaking.
I will. I was going to say I would double check because I think I pretty much double checked, and I think they're heavy.
There's a good chance I could have messed up.
Overall, guys, forgive us because we are
summarizing like 100 different things. So page 68 of the thing. So whilst I'm bringing this up, here we go. So 68. So they are heavy. You're quite right. They do not have slow and purposeful. So yeah, they are heavy. So they're going to get the bonuses to cool and those setup move and all that sort of stuff, I think.
But they can't run, basically.
Correct.
They can't rush.
And you know they get the shield trait, right? That's the coolest thing about these guys.
If they take the shield.
Yeah.
If they take the shields, they get the shield trait.
Which is...
So, but you can take an entire squad of Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators, which is fun, again, right? Like really iconic, really cool looking.
Yeah. Well, they've got toughness 6, weren't they, as well, with their reaction?
Yes, which is also really cool.
Which is cool as hell. Yeah, I love that. So they become.
I think
super tough.
The only problem is they need some sort of delivery system, whether that be a Storm Eagle or a Land Raider. They need something. Like, I mean, if you're going to invest in a Spartan, I'd put your Legion Terminators in there, or a giant command squad or something. But like these guys are cheap and cheerful Terminators that your opponent's going to have to deal with. Or maybe these guys could come down with the, oh my God, what's his name? The guy who teleports down.
The
console that teleports down. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We both used
the
Warmonger.
Warmonger, yeah.
Warmonger. Yeah, so the Warmonger can deep strike down, and that's the kind of thing that I think that these guys would be good for. Because they're cheap-ish, and you have to deal with them. So if these guys dropped into your back line, they have a whole bunch of combi bolters and an assault cannon or a flamer, and they do their business, and then they have to turn around and deal with them.
Yeah.
I think that is a great use for these guys.
I agree. Moving on. So there is some more. We're outside of the Terminators now. We are into the last two remaining options of the heavy assault units. The Mortalis Destroyer Squad. It's good to see these guys back. They were always coming back, surely, hopefully. What do you think of these guys, Jay? So they are standard TAC Marine line, other than +1 cool and +1 attack.
I'm glad they're back. I always love the 2 bolt pistol things. I mean, we'll see in a second, because I think the next entry has got to be the ones with jump packs, which I think are the same. I kind of feel like the jump pack ones are better. But again, like, rhinos are so good this edition.
I was about to say, it depends what you want to do with them. You know,
yeah, you could jump out of the rhino, you could volley fire, you could shoot, volley fire, and charge in. So actually, maybe they're not as bad. Oh wait, no, you could just sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what does Firestorm do again? Is that lets you? Does that let you volley fire at full BS? Is that what the Firestorm does? I think so.
I think so. I think that's what it does. I think that the. I'm just double checking Firestorm right here. Not required to snapshot. In addition, of course, there's a million like.
Whilst Jay's.
I'll go with the quick thing. You don't have to snapshot when you.
Perfect. They've still got Vanguard 2. They got Bit of Duty as well. So yeah, there's a few different things going on with these guys. They come with 2 bolt pistols, chain swords, rad grenades, frag grenades, and crack grenades. So rad grenades, I've not actually checked yet, but if they're doing the same as what they used to do, they lower your toughness of the opponent.
I think it has toughness phage. The phage rule,
phage
which
T or whatever.
Your toughness.
So yeah, with these guys, I think the standout thing that I can see with them, Jay, is you can trade out the bolt pistols for Serpentas or hand flamers on every guy. I think Serpentas is insane on these. That's going to be 4 strength 5 shots per dude.
I didn't even notice that. That's
so you can have
really
40
cool.
strength 5 deflagrate pistol wounds that can do the same on volley fire.
Yeah.
With Firestorm. That's an insane amount of shooting. And they come with chainswords as well. So they've still got some melee prowess anyway. So that's pretty cool.
They come with chainswords still. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. They can have a Vexilla, a Nuncio, Vox, and Augury scanner. Sergeant can trade out for heavy chainsword and any Legion Sergeant melee weapon list. Can have melt bombs and Phosphex bombs. I've used Phosphex bombs already with my Siege Breaker. A Phosphex bomb is really insanely good to put the panic free on a unit nearby. And then they can have destroyer missile launchers with rad missiles, which look pretty cool. I think it's a little 2-shot AP3 missile, poison 2+. If my brain again. With phage, so it lowers toughness again. Graviton gun, disintegrator rifle, or plasma pistols. So I'm not that interested in the big gun options on them, but the Serpentas is pretty nasty.
I would say the only thing that is, and I just double checked it. One thing that's a bit disappointing about this is now the Moritat doesn't come with Bitter Duty, so you can't join them. So Bitter Duty is the same, where you can't join unless you have Bitter Duty.
Yeah.
So
it seems
I don't
silly.
think it's a little sad that you can't join them or have a special rule to join, right? Because he's basically a Mortalis destroyer, basically. So yeah, I don't know. They're cool. Like, I really like the Volkite Serpenter option. That actually sounds really fun to do.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, right? So yeah, that'd be good. And then we've got and they're cheap. They're 85 points for 5. 15 points for an additional model. All right, 20 points if you're going per model for Serpentas. For the additionals. It's a lot of shots. It's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Lastly, we've got the Destroyer Assault Squad. So it's the same squad, but with jump packs. Exactly the same. So nothing really much more to add there.
Pretty much the same chat that we just had.
This is the sort of I mean, this is the type of squad that you might actually want to consider deep striking in with all those Serpentas, for example. You know, you could just come down, nuke something, not charge, but you know, hang about and go do something next turn.
They're not terribly much more expensive.
No, 3 points a model more. That's it.
Yeah, that's actually really good. So what's the initial cost of the other one?
85 versus 100.
85. Okay. So, but they're not terribly more expensive. So yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think dropping them down again, sort of like I was talking about with the Indomitus Terminators, just deal with it. You have to turn around and deal with this.
Yeah. Well, you could go. Yeah, you could chuck a grav gun on one of them to put a status on your opponent again as well. So like have 36 Serpenta shots and a grav gun status. You know, like there's a few things you can do. Or you could do a grav gun status and a Phosphex bomb status and take 32 Volkite shots instead. It's quite a tasty unit, really. That should nuke something, that scoring line. Scoring an objective, sorry. It's pretty good. I'm excited to see them. It's just the modeling options. All the Legion melee weapons kits all come with left-hand bolt pistols, I think. Yeah, there's like, I don't know why they didn't put the plastic kit that makes them match the arms. It's just stupid, but there we go. So you're going to be printing or getting third-party parts or whatever.
To get the second.
Yeah, it's just stupid, but it is what it is.
Either that or they could come out with a sprue and solve all of our lives.
Yeah, they probably will, won't they? But there we go. That sums that up. Anything you want to add, Jay? What are you most excited to look at taking for your heavy assault slots?
I just want to read this. Any model with the Blood Angel trait may have its plasma pistol exchanged for an Inferno pistol for 5 points. So, can they take plasma pistols?
Yeah. Only
not all of
two
them,
legionaries may exchange a bolt pistol for a plasma pistol.
Still pretty cool for Blood Angels. I mean, overall, I think that the Tartaros heavy siege squad or whatever is really cool.
Yeah,
Tartaros Terminators are really cool, and the Cataphracties are cool. So those are my favorites out of all of the ones that you have shown, right? Like I think they all have their place, and I think they'll all do something. I think Indomitus again is cheap and cheerful and really fun for modeling. The destroyers are actually look pretty fun too. So I think everything here could see nothing sucked.
No, I think you want to have with all of these options near enough, other than maybe the Saturnine. You probably want some form of delivery mechanism.
I literally forgot about the Saturnine.
Oh yeah, they suck.
They were the ones I didn't like.
You want a delivery method for pretty much all of these units because of the Vanguard rule, really, right? You want to be trying to maximize that and score off the back of that, I think. So, yeah, all good. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. Thanks,
cool.
guys.
Thanks, guys. Let us know what you think. And yeah, we'll see you next one.